the leader in talk radio on the Internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
For writers and public personalities, it's becoming increasingly important to have an online presence. This normally takes the form of a website and social media. However, things like a cluttered site or broken links can scare potential readers away. It's time to get a health check. Until the 30th of June, Black Wolf Editorial Services is offering a special website health check package. Get a new bio for your site. Have the site navigation and general layout assessed. Get a review of your Twitter activities. Get an objective opinion about your public Facebook page. Find out what works well and what could potentially scare your readers away. And all this for $35. At the end of the day, the face we put online will be the one that most people will see. Let us help you put your best foot forward. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For full details and a list of other services, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
The wrong way. Welcome to the place. Welcome to the
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
The Internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Whoa! Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely.
Good day, mate. Right? Hello? You found it. It's the Loftus Party. Yeah. That was my Australian accent.
It's pretty good, actually.
It was. It's not horrible. You could do worse. I'll talk to this humongous fellow. He seems like a reasonable man. That's my favorite quote from Mad Max: The Road Warrior.
I just felt like I was watching an Outback Steakhouse commercial.
Right? Oh, we'll throw another. Well, yeah. Outback, not bad.
No.
You know, for the big chain. Mm-hmm. It's the Loftus Party. It's a wonderful little radio program. Michael Loftus, I'm here. Across the table from me is my good friend Andrew Apple. Andrew, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
So every week in the program, we've done like Ahoy Hoy. We've done all these Ola's. I want to do a little shout out to country, and you were like, we should do Australian. Yeah. And I was like, okay, good day. I always, whenever I was on World's Dumbest,
yes,
on that stupid program, I call it a stupid program. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Great show.
It was fun.
Yeah. I would always try to figure out a way to work in my Australian accent. There's dumb people everywhere.
Yep.
They exist in Australia as well. So, here's the deal. We're going to be talking about the news, talking about politics, talking about you know what else we're going to talk about? Looking over my notes, that Gotham steel pan.
Yes.
Oh my God! I don't want to get too excited yet, but that'll be coming up.
All right.
A couple weeks ago, we were talking about I was going to make pot roast in my brand new Dutch oven. We still have to post that recipe. That thing came out great, bro.
We're coming up.
That came out great. The other one I made recently, I made the hillbilly barbecue pork loin.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
It's fantastic. Here's what you do. You get yourself a crock pot, you throw in a big old hunk of pork and a bunch of root beer. Boy, you slow cook that sucker, and that sugar, sweetness, tender. That's some good pulled pork sandwiches the next day, I'll tell you what, I guarantee. All right, so there's so much going on. I'm really trying not to be full of rage today. I'm fighting the rage. There's a lot to talk about in the news. So much going on. Let's just start. Let's just jump in with, I think San Jose is big on my list of things to talk about.
I mean,
did you see the footage of this?
I did. It was on the Washington Post. I saw their video that they posted.
And what did they post? All of it? They got the girl getting hit in the head with the eggs, desperately trying to get into the hotel for safety, literally running from an angry mob.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a 2-minute supercut. It's
2 minutes supercut.
It's not pretty. Like,
I had my hair done there once. 2 minutes, 2 minute supercuts. You got like regular supercuts, which is kind of dicey, and then you got 2 minutes super. Okay, so you saw that. You saw the girl getting hit in the head with the egg.
They've got
her fault for taunting them, is what one douche said on Twitter.
I'm looking at it right now. I mean, they have the post. They've got the woman in the Trump rally. They've got screenshots of her. They've got Trump supporters running away. It's like I don't even have the words for it. It's just everyone is angry.
It's what tipped me over the edge. I am now on the Trump train. These people have a different political belief. Yes. They are going to vote for Donald Trump. And then I tell you what, and here's a couple of wonderful things happened.
Yes.
And I'm going to start with some good news, and we'll come back to San Jose. The other night on Twitter,
yes,
I stand with hate speech was trending.
Oh, God.
Even though Twitter didn't want to acknowledge it, it was awesome. Because for me, it was, you might call it hate speech, but for me, it's something that I truly believe. And this is America, and I'm allowed to say it. So, yeah, it's something I might not agree with what you say, but I'm going to celebrate your right to say it.
Yeah.
Instead of taking the giant hashtag I stand with hate speech, it should have just been I stand with the First Amendment, or they could have just done hashtag 1A, and it was awesome. And so many people who didn't get it were like, oh, this is disgusting. He's like, no, I'm standing for your right to say what you want to say.
Yes.
Okay, so that's America. That's the big thing. First Amendment. That's numero uno on the great big list.
That's absolutely true. But, and again, I know we're trying to avoid the rage train, and this isn't funny, and we're not justifying violence ever.
Right.
But people,
now you know when you say that. You just negated everything previously.
I recognize that. But
you listen for this when you talk to people and you have arguments.
Yes.
When people say, but, okay, now
and again,
this is where it truly starts.
Yeah.
Everything after the but is a big eraser for everything that came previously. This is your point.
We strive to, at the very least, understand where that violence is rooted in. And people are scared of Trump because the media lets him say whatever they want, whatever he wants.
So you are going to be one of those people that is going to blame Donald Trump for a man walking down the street in San Jose. He gets hit in the head with
we
like a bag of rocks,
and
you're going
to personal responsibility.
Evidently not. You're saying it's Donald Trump's problem.
I'm just saying that the reason that people are getting violent and they're prosecuting Trump and they're angry with people who support Trump is because he's getting up and he's saying Mexicans are all rapists. We need to keep all Muslims out of the country. And the news media is just letting him do it.
Okay, first of all, he never said Mexicans are all rapists.
Well, what was the exact quote?
Mexico is not sending their best. The people who are coming over here, a lot of them are criminals. Some of them are racists. Yeah, get the exact quote.
This will be good. Right now.
But this is the great thing, that it's now become Donald Trump said all Mexicans are criminals. Donald Trump said all Mexicans are rapists, which is just not true at all.
All right, so I'm
what did he say
right now?
Here's the quote.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems. They're bringing those problems to us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crimes. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people.
There you go. So, in no way, shape, or form do I hear they're all rapists.
No, he said Mexicans, that's exactly what he said. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. That's the exact quote.
Okay, let's play this game. This is the game we're going to play today.
Okay.
So he said all Mexicans are rapists.
No, he didn't say all Mexicans are rapists.
He said they're bringing crime.
Yes.
They're bringing drugs.
Yes.
They're rapists.
Yep.
And then how does it continue on?
And some, I assume, are good people.
Okay, so by saying, so let's just take that part. And some, I assume, are good people.
Yep.
How do you possibly get they are all racists? Or they are all rapists?
I don't say they're all rapists.
You just did. I literally have you on tape saying it.
All right. Well, I shouldn't have said the word all. I admit that.
That is what the majority of people in the press are doing. And this is where, so if you want to point the finger at anybody, you point it at yourself, my friend. Because when you point this finger out this way, you've got 3 others pointing back at you. By perpetuating this myth that Donald Trump said all Mexicans are racist, those are the people who are truly inspiring the violence. And, like, inspiring violence is one thing, but I'm really mad at the dude swinging the rocks.
Absolutely.
In America, you are allowed to disagree, and cops don't stand idly by in San Jose. And this isn't just me saying it. And this is the wonderful thing, again, about Twitter, about I stand with hate speech and how that was wonderful. I'm on Twitter the other night when the whole San Jose riot thing is going down, and Chris Hayes, who has a show on MSNBC.
Yep.
is like live tweeting.
Yeah.
He's like, this is not, I'm paraphrasing completely, but like, this is not good at all. These people need to be arrested and they need to go to jail. This is assault. Katie Tur from MSNBC was saying, I'm watching people getting attacked by angry mobs and the police are just watching. Yeah. What is wrong? I mean, that's the kind of thing. Of course, it got no play in the media the next day.
No.
The next day, like seriously, like that old white guy at that Trump rally punched that black dude, and it was like, what?
Yeah.
The world stopped spinning. Stop the presses. That man needs to get arrested, and he needs to go to jail. And guess what? That's exactly what happened.
Absolutely.
And I saw a dude get hit in the head with a bag of rocks, blood pouring from his head. I don't think anybody got arrested. I saw a dude whose knee got dislocated because he got kicked by some anti-Trumper. And I don't think anybody got arrested. That girl getting hit in the head with eggs, and like as the security guards in that hotel would not let her in. They're like, oh, let's see what happens. Let's see how bad this attack gets. That's it. Like you have freedom of speech in America, and whatever incited it, chugga chugga, choo choo. I am on the Trump train, and it just got zero play in the media, very little play in the media. So that did it for me. I stand with free speech, so I'm going to stand with Trump. Bada bing, bada boom.
People need to stop. I mean, William Crystal, he needs to go away. What he's been doing and what
oh
he's
my
been
gosh,
saying,
did you see that joke of? I think he started this thing called the Renegade Party.
Something weird like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, the Renegade. It's like when Sarah Palin's like, I'm going rogue. Yeah, Bill Crystal, the ultimate renegade. Oh my gosh.
Now he's out there, he's pitching, we're going to have a third-party conservative candidate, and it's going to be someone with great name recognition who's going to propose a real threat to Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And
David French.
Yeah, and nothing's come of that.
I guess David French is a nice guy.
Yeah.
I guess he was in some war sometime.
Yeah, he served in the military. He did very well for our country. Personally, I'm hoping that he picks French Montana as his running mate, so we can
there you go.
We can save some
the whole
space
thing
on
is
the plane.
Sponsored by French's Mustard.
There we go.
And wherever you go on Election Day, you get free French fries.
Ooh, how about some French toast?
French onion soup.
Oh, I love a good French onion soup.
French onion soup seems like one of those soups that would be really easy to make.
Oh, it's insanely easy. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's easy to mess up, too.
Listen,
you don't just slap some broth in a bowl and some onions and then just cover it with some hacky mozzarella and bake it.
I mean, that's what my fiance has done for me before. She sits down.
And I bet it comes out oily.
It actually comes out delicious.
Of course you have to say that, because she's listening.
Love you, honey.
Honey, yeah. Your French onion soup is amazing. We're way off the track here.
I think we're exactly on the track.
I swear. Here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to have fun. Mm-hmm. I want to be upbeat, and I want to be optimistic.
Yes.
That's all I want to do. People are making it insanely hard. Insanely difficult.
There is a tear in the fabric of the establishment, and people are worried about it.
And I tell you what, if one more talking head comes on one of these political talk shows wearing his little suit and tie, telling me how the electorate is angry, and I know why they're angry, I want to punch him.
I don't blame
you. I just want to punch him right in the face.
Yeah.
You know who seems cool?
Who's that?
And I never thought I would say this before in my life. Tucker Carlson.
Really?
I think Tucker gets it. I want to have Tucker Carlson on my TV show. I want to have a couple people on. He's just, for whatever. I mean, I want to do one of those slow motion videos, kind of like the video that I did for the War of 1812.
We talked about this, yeah.
I want to do a thing with me and Tucker Carlson just walking down some alley in New York in slow motion, just throwing out $100 bills and just being like badass.
Just you have Snoop Dogg underneath.
I think it would be so great. Yeah, and then Kat Timpf and some other hot chick from Fox News would come in. It'd be great.
Oh, we're going to have a good time when we do that.
We are going to have a good time. So the San Jose thing that put me over the edge, and other reporters get it. Yeah. Like I said, the MSNBC people got it, but it got like zero play the next day. It's like some protesters got out of hand. The crowd got a little unruly, like assault.
Yeah,
that's assault. That's a crime, and their only crime was we like someone. We don't like the same person you like.
Absolutely.
And it always helps that they burn American flags. Like, let's not get into that, because I've said it on my TV show before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Johnny Cash on this one. If you want to burn your flag, go ahead and burn it. But if you try to burn mine, I'm going to shoot you. I got the Second Amendment.
There are so many Mexican flags at these protests. It's mind-boggling to me.
Really?
Yeah. It's like,
what's mind-boggling about it?
I mean, why do you bring the Mexican... Like, how is that a strong argument? It's like, we're going to hold the Mexican flag up, and then we're going to beat some people up. But we're not rapists.
Well, because you're insanely proud of your culture. Okay. I get that.
Okay.
And I am down for that kind of a... Not that kind of a celebration, but listen, whenever there's big waves of legal immigration, people flip out.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, oh my gosh, an Italian day, they're all in the mafia, and da-da-da-da, they got their own neighborhood, and da-da-da-da. But after a while they assimilate, and all is said and done. The Irish, oh my gosh, there's too many Irish. They're bringing their disease, and they're bringing their Catholicism, and they're horrible people, and they assimilate, and it's all wonderful. Because it comes in waves, and there's an end to there is no end to illegal immigration.
No.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
And there is no assimilation, and that, I think, is a big key to it. When people don't identify as Americans first, and they identify as their ethnic quality first, that's problematic. That's problematic.
I agree with you to a point, but there's a line. Like, we are not the master race. We are not going to...
What do you mean?
I mean, it's like when you say you need to be an American first, it's all about nationalism.
Yeah.
I mean, you do start to teeter on, well, what happens if you don't assimilate? What happens if you don't self-identify?
That you identify as, like, a Mexican before you identify as an American?
Well, if you're proud of your heritage.
No, I'm saying that's fine.
Yeah.
Have your parade, have your day, have your neighborhoods. It's kind of the sad thing. Like, once upon a time, a bunch of Italians came and everybody freaked out.
Yeah.
And they had this neighborhood in New York, blah, blah, blah. And now New Yorkers are desperately trying to protect Little Italy.
Yeah.
Because it's going away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sad thing, but which goes to a much larger thing. Like, everything ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
It's the wonderful thing about America. There's always it's a fluid. We're a very fluid society.
Yes.
However, when push comes to shove, we're all Americans.
Yeah.
And that's how it has to be.
Yes.
And if we are in danger of losing that, then we got big problems.
Agreed.
Then we got big problems. Do you know what Mexico's? It's surpassed oil, I believe, as in terms of revenue.
Well, yeah. Like right now, there was actually this past week a big meeting at OPEC because all the Saudi Arabian, Middle Eastern nations that have a lot of oil, they were talking about, well, maybe we're going to lower production and get some of the oil out of the market so that we can bring the prices back up, because they're losing a lot of ground because we get a lot of our oil from Canada now. Actually, we get more oil from Canada than anywhere else. We get a lot of oil from Mexico. These Middle Eastern states don't have the same pull of our oil that they used to.
Mexico makes more money off of people living in other countries sending money back to Mexico than they do off of oil.
Are you sure that they don't make more money from golf PGA outings?
I think, the nation of Mexico has a vested interest in keeping Mexicans coming to America.
Well, yeah.
When it is like in the top 3 moneymakers for your country, it's like, why are they going to stop? You ever seen the little pamphlets they print out?
No,
it's
I haven't
hysterical. I mean, they literally make these comic books and they leave them in stores close to the border, and it's like it's a little how-to cross the border.
Yeah.
Like, this girl's wearing these shoes. She's not going to make it. But this girl is wearing tennis shoes. She's going to do just fine.
Oh,
this girl didn't bring any water. She's not going to make it. This girl has plenty. She's going to be fine. So it's like a little literally. It's just one of those fun to know, disgusting facts.
That is kind of disgusting.
Yeah. So I'm with. I think and that's the other thing. In terms of rage, we have a wonderful immigration system.
Yes,
it's wonderful.
Yeah,
people from all over the world can come here.
Absolutely,
and that's the way I'd like to keep it.
Yeah,
I'm not one of these people let's just shut it all down, which we've done before.
Yeah,
which there is historical precedence for just saying we're shutting it all down. However, I'm with Donald Trump with this, and if you can't control the borders, you don't have a country. And you know what? Here's my joke. Let's build that wall. Let's build it. And on our side, on the American side, maybe like a series of murals. I don't know. Maybe something wonderful. Maybe it'll light up. I don't know. We'll do something interesting and entertaining. But on the other side, we should have Wile E. Coyote paint it. So when you're trying to cross the border from Mexico, it looks just like a landscape until right as you get upon it, and then bang, oh, it's the wall.
And then eventually it's going to turn to a Simpsons episode between New Springfield and Old Springfield, and the Who is just going to come and have a concert on the wall, tear it all down, and we're going to have love between our two countries again.
I got nothing but love.
I know.
I got nothing for love. And I tell you what, man, and here's the other thing. Like, if I was a young man in Central or South America, and I was working my tail off for almost $0.
Yep.
And I could go to America, and I could make a couple $100 as like a busboy somewhere, and get the benefits, dude, I'd be on a cargo ship. I'd be crossing the Rio Grande. I seriously, there's a huge incentive to try to make it. And I'm sorry, but we can't let everybody in. We can't save you all. It's like a lifeboat. It's seriously, America's like a lifeboat, and if we take everyone, the lifeboat will sink. Boom. That's the best metaphor of the day. Wow. America is a lifeboat. That'll be the name of the podcast. All right, so that was the San Jose thing did it for me.
Yes.
The San Jose thing. And I don't know how you can even remotely and I tell you what, I didn't see Obama giving a speech talking about the violence in San Jose. I didn't see Bernie talking about the violence in San Jose. Nobody outraged. Hillary might have mentioned it, but nobody was outraged by it, and it was truly outrageous.
Bernie's too busy doing his Foster the People concert.
Oh my gosh! And doesn't he have a new album coming out? I'm not kidding. Didn't somebody, Sonic Youth or somebody's going to do a thing with Bernie Sanders?
I have not seen this. I'm looking it up right now.
All right. As you look that up, let's do another one. Let's do Trump University.
Yeah.
Those attacks. That's hysterical to me. That, like, Hillary has the audacity. She has the cojones to come after Trump University. Like, it's horrible. And Trump University, they had pushy salesmen. They had pushy salesmen who encouraged people to spend money they didn't have. And really? That's the crime. That's the crime.
Well, the crime I think that she's trying to show off is the fact that there were very few people that ultimately made money off of the Trump University seminars. And the New York AG actually came in and said, you can't call this a university. This isn't a university. This doesn't have what qualifies to be a university. You can call it seminars, you can call it teachings,
okay,
but it's not a university. You need a library, you need multiple colleges. So they actually had to go off, and instead of being incorporated in New York, they were incorporated in Delaware so that they could actually call it Trump University online.
Okay.
So
there you go. Okay.
So,
oh no! Are there 4 dead people? Is there that? Was there a terror attack where 4 innocent Americans were killed, but by a mob of like seriously? Like how she can in the light of Benghazi and in the light of her email scandal and an active FBI investigation, she has the audacity to go Trump University. Whoa. Watch out.
But that's what politicians do.
I mean, it's she had to when her speechwriter's here's what you're going to do today. Mm-hmm. She had to have been like, whoa, what, seriously? And they're like, yeah, go after him. Trump University, big scandal. She's like, I got the whole email thing going on and the private server thing going on, and there's still Benghazi and all. Like, no, people will respond to this. He's a dangerous hothead.
I don't think that she had any reservation talking about Trump University.
No, she didn't.
No, none whatsoever.
That's just how out of touch she is.
Yeah.
He had pushy sales staff. Like, really? Really? That's the crime? That's the crime? They would call me up, and I told them I don't have the money for Trump University. And then they asked me if I had a credit card. Huh?
Okay, so...
Someone get the FBI.
So... Let's talk, because here's the one point that she didn't make it, but a lot of people are making this point. That Trump is a billionaire. He's made a lot of money in real estate, and he's done a lot of different things. But
I've done a lot of deals, a lot of important deals, a lot of very beautiful deals.
You don't see someone like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates doing something like Trump University. And that's part of the reason why they're saying it's a money-making scam. It's like, well, if you're really a billionaire from business, why are you then trying to go after people with pushy salesmen?
Yeah.
Are we on the same page?
So where's the crime?
No, it's not
like,
a crime.
what is the scandal?
But the question ultimately comes down to the fact that...
Why?
Yeah, why does he need to do it in the first place?
Maybe he wanted more money.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe he was having a bad year. And somebody's like, you know what you could do? And he's like, what? And they're like, you could have a series of seminars, call it Trump University. You could teach some people some real estate tricks. They'd follow their dream of being like you, and I bet you could make a boatload. He's like, let's do it.
It was actually one step further back than that.
Okay.
Because someone actually came to him with Trump University and said, Trump is a very valuable name. So what we want to do is we want to create a series of real estate seminars, and we'll call it Trump University, and we'll pay you to license the name. He makes a lot of money licensing the Trump name. Like Trump Entertainment Group, he doesn't own Trump Entertainment Group.
Right.
Carl Icahn does. He makes most of his money by licensing out the name Trump.
So, with all this being said, where's the scandal?
The scandal comes down to the fact, and what the argument is, like, well, why does he need to bilk money from people who don't have it in the first place? That's the
Why
question.
not? Why do salesmen ever charge more than something's worth?
Because, and this is what our Democratic government is doing. Right? They're going after that. They're going after payday loans. I mean, they are really trying to say, if you don't have money, you shouldn't try to be taking money away from... You shouldn't... I'm making a poor point right now. If you don't have money in the first place, people shouldn't be preying on you. Like, what if it were an old person who didn't have any money and someone called them and said, well, you have to pay us $3,000.
It sounds like you're like legislating morality. I can't help it if someone's an idiot. Like if someone is a moron and actually does like a payday loan thing, like, do you need $5,000? We'll give you $5,000 and you'll pay us back $25,000. Like, if you're that, like, seriously, you can't legislate people from stupid.
No, and in Michaeltopia, the ideal solution is we have small business loans available, so if you're off and you're trying to better yourself, you can go off and there are ways to get the capital so you can go off and make a thing.
So anyway, I just don't see the scam.
Okay.
They're coming at him for Trump University, and they have these people sitting on MSNBC. Yeah, and I told him I didn't have $36,000, and then they asked me, "Do you have a credit card?" And the announcer's like, "Oh, like who hasn't?" Who hasn't dealt with an unscrupulous salesman before? But I tell you what, Trump University, not even close to Benghazi. Not even close to a private email server. Not even close.
All right.
Not even close. Oh, and the other thing, let's do this in my little, now I'm on the Trump train thing.
Of course.
In defense of the money raised by vets. Okay?
We talked about this a little bit last week.
Yeah.
But what part specifically?
What part specifically?
Yeah.
Hey, at least the vets got the money. At least they got the money. End of the day, they got the money. Well, a reporter had to make him do that. Yeah, a reporter probably helped him find his checkbook a little bit sooner than he wanted to. But they got the money 100%. All of it. Here's one thing I hate. And this started, my eyes were open to this little tidbit after 9/11. You remember this? When Americans are so great.
Of course we are.
We are fantastic.
Absolutely.
Something bad happens to another country, and we are the first country to reach for our checkbooks, send help, send food, send blankets, send all of it. And when those families that were victims of that horrible attack on 9/11, and all the telethons and all the money was raised, and the Red Cross was like, give us all the money and we'll make sure. And then the Red Cross is like, well, a lot of this has to be kept for administrative purposes.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. That enraged me so much. I'm like, no, Red Cross, you are just a conduit for this dough, right? We are trusting your bank account. I'm not going to pay some fat cat Red Cross administrative, well, I make $600,000 a year because it's a very high stress job. The Clinton Foundation. Talk about where you don't get much bang for your buck. And I don't want to quote numbers because I'm sure a lot of what I've seen out there is propaganda. But I guarantee that there's nowhere near 50 cents on the dollar for what you give to the Clinton Foundation. And there's another scandal. There's another scandal for you. Yeah, let's talk about Trump University. Let's not talk about the Clinton Foundation, where Chinese businessmen are donating millions and millions of dollars and hanging out with Virginia governors to get access to. And what do they get in return? What is the quid pro quo there, Clarice? And there's your scandal.
And you know what you're doing right now? You are forecasting exactly what the debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump is going to be.
Oh, boy, I hope so. Boy, I hope so.
That's exactly what.
Because I tell you what, the other day, and here's like the thing, like, do I think Donald Trump is brilliant? No, I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
I think he's like just an okay guy, right?
Yeah.
Better than Bernie, better than Hillary, and I tell you what, when after she attacked him, like she was supposed to give a foreign policy speech,
yeah,
and then she ends up as just a series of like, he's dangerous. And I tell you what, whoever her tactical team is, their little roadmap for success, very smart.
Okay.
These are not stupid people that we're dealing with, because she made sure she didn't scream and nothing went up at the end. I think they've had her listen back to all those screaming. She very quietly and just, like she was very well put together. He's dangerous. And not only that, he's crazy. His ideas are crazy. Do you want him to have the nuclear football? And then Trump, where you think, oh, he's going to bring up Benghazi, he's going to bring up the email server, he's going to bring up Whitewater, he's going to bring up all these other, and then he goes out, crooked line Hillary. Like, dude, you can't go to just name calling here. You're actually going to have to get into specifics.
Absolutely.
You can't just go crooked. But he says it with such relish. It's like he's having such a good time that I can't help. Like, I enjoy it on a certain level. Oh, crooked. He's like really digging it, and he's playing to the crowd. But it's like, okay, now get specific. You got to get in specifics.
Well, it's time for him to do that. But here's the scariest part about it. What Hillary did, it worked. A Reuters poll came out. She's beating him by 11 points nationally right now.
Oh, well, oh my gosh. And it's just going to get worse.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, like everybody's like, oh my gosh, Donald Trump's within 2 points of Hillary. Da-da-da-da. Well, listen, he was super far behind her when there was a bunch of other Republicans running.
Yeah.
Right? And so now that it's Bernie and Hillary, and Bernie, they're kind of splitting it up, and like, so, Donald Trump kind of closed the gap. Now, as it's becoming more aware to people that it's going to be Hillary, then that gap is going to widen again.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I don't know what's going to happen, but I tell you what, there's a bunch of hand wringing and people nervous now. He's like, can the Democrats unite? Can they unite? Of course they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a heartbeat, in the blink of an eye.
We saw it happen in 2008.
We just saw it happen with the Republican Party.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, oh, this is bad. And then, like, the next day, like, 85% of Republicans agree. It's just like it's talk about much ado about nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, Bernie and Hillary, they've split the party. And I know that it's like news channels and they have to, like, have programming and they have to talk about some shit for a couple hours.
Yep.
But it's like, really? You don't think they'll unite against the common enemy of Donald Trump?
Nope. And in fact, it came out this week. It's looking pretty set right now. There's more than one outlet reporting it. Elizabeth Warren is going to be Hillary's vice presidential nominee.
Pocahontas? You talking about Pocahontas?
Talking about Pocahontas.
That was a great moment. One of the best moments ever. No matter what happens, I'll always have that moment. When Donald Trump's like, Pocahontas. And that reporter is like, I think that might be offensive. Pocahontas. And the other reporter is like, yes, that is offensive. He's like, oh, you're offended? Okay, Pocahontas. That was just celebratory.
Yeah.
I just loved it. And there's a scandal. Oh, Trump University. He had pushy sales rep. Really, Pocahontas. There's a scandal. She lied about her ethnic background so she could get ahead at Harvard.
She is
and had no problem doing it.
1/32 Cherokee. But that's like me saying I'm a quarter Polish.
Which is really an eighth.
Pretty much.
Because it's Polish and they can't fit. See what I did there with a stereotype Polish joke. Which, you know what? Here's a fun to know fact about those jokes. Those jokes were made about every big ethnic group that came over.
Yeah.
When the Italians came over, they're so stupid. And then the Irish came over. They're so stupid. And then Poles came over. And then there was a big break in immigration. They locked it down. I think it was like Eisenhower locked it down.
Yeah.
So it was like the last person touched was it.
Yeah.
So it just stuck on Polish people.
Yeah.
It's like duck, duck, goose. like the Italians aren't, they were stupid, they're not stupid anymore. Then the Irish, they're stupid, not stupid anymore. And then the Polish are stupid, and the Polish like, okay, who's next? No, it's stuck. Sorry.
Darn.
I'd be infuriated. I'd be first in line. Like, that's hate speech.
Yeah.
If I was listen, I got a lot of friends in Cleveland.
Yep.
Big Polish community up there.
Yeah.
Fun people.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, if you want to have a good time, you hang out with some fun-loving Polish people up in
Amen.
Cleveland. The Drew Carey crew. You will have a blast. So anyway, what the heck were you? Oh, so yeah, she says she's 132nd.
Yeah.
I call I almost said Harley Quinn's. Shenanigans. I call shenanigans. She lied about it. She lied. Crooked lying. She lied. To get ahead.
Yeah.
And I guess we're okay with that. So talk about character. Let's talk about the character of Elizabeth Warren.
Okay.
Crooked liar. That's why Donald Trump says that all the time. Crooked liar. Because it's kind of fun to say.
Yeah.
You got the K sound, liar, crooked liar, crooked liar, crooked. It's fun. Here's a little fun to know fact. Here's a little nugget. For the first time in our nation's history, more businesses closed than opened.
That was this past month for the first time, yes.
That if that doesn't scare the pants off you as an American, as a student of history, something's really, really wrong. When people aren't opening up businesses, something's really wrong.
I agree with you, but
so you can't just tell the existing businesses, you got to pay more. Where does the money come from? It just doesn't, and this is the other thing that I can't stand about the Democrats and misinformed Republicans as well, as like the nation. It's something I can't stand about the nation. People have this misconception that the federal government is some standalone entity. It is not.
No.
The government needs to make more jobs. They can't. Oh, and out of that 38, like last month, 38,000 new jobs.
Yes.
For a country.
Yes.
That was it. That's how good we did. There's 38,000 new jobs. That should be for like Manhattan. There should,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, one big city.
And out of that 38,000, only 25,000 of those were from the private sector. Like, that's just from the federal government going, well, I guess we should hire more people to lick the back of these envelopes and pay them a living wage. It's ridiculous. The government is not a standalone entity. The government only the only government is only around. I just had a really bad mini stroke there. It only exists because they take a bunch of money from us. That's it. And when they don't do what we want them to do, we got to give them less money and cut it out. Bada bing, bada boom. What? What do you got?
No, it's just because this is the reason why, and what you were saying before was the argument that people who support Bernie Sanders are making.
Okay.
Is that you're saying, well, where does the money come from?
Yes.
All right? The CEOs at these companies are making millions of dollars, and God love them for it.
I'm talking about the federal government.
But I was backtracking.
Okay.
All right? But when you were talking about, it's like you were saying these small businesses and these large corporations, if they're going to raise minimum wage, where's that money come from? And Bernie Sanders' supporters' arguments is, well, they have the money, they're just keeping it, and they're paying the people at the top. They want that money to trickle down.
Well, they don't know what they're talking about because they've never run a business.
But they believe
that's the other crazy thing about Bernie Sanders. Where does this guy get off ever talking about business? He is a joke. He is a walking, talking joke. And it's just like the video, this Bernie Sanders crap isn't funny anymore. The guy has never done anything.
No. I mean, he's been in public service his entire life.
That's it. I mean, and listen, I'll give him honesty points. He's been a straight up socialist for the whole time, but he's never really had a job. Even when he was running for dog catcher in whatever Vermont, he was on unemployment. I mean, the dude's he's had a series of odd jobs. That was it. He tried to be a carpenter for a while. He was horrible at that and got fired. How dare he? Like, you have no idea what you're talking about. None. I'm talking about Bernie Sanders here.
No,
and it's just like, and like Hillary Clinton, she's been in public service for 30 years. Like, what idea can that woman have? What new idea, what great new sparkle of wisdom could she possibly have that she hasn't unleashed on America already? It is talking about the same old, same old. Yawn.
No, and that's her entire platform, is that if you elect me, I'm going to keep us on the trajectory that we're going right now.
Right.
And
I'm going to let Libya just go down in flames.
But here's
make a series of horribly bad decisions. I'm going to have a secret deal with the Russians where they make a contribution to the Clinton Foundation and then they get some uranium. It all looks so dicey. It is just so dicey with her. Well, you know what? And then the private server thing, I was ready to let the email thing go. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I guess that fox don't hunt. But whoa, it is listen, if you take State Department secrets,
yep,
right, you got a file, State Department secrets,
yep,
and you leave them on your desk,
yep,
at the Pentagon, you're in big trouble.
Absolutely.
If you take them home, you're in huge trouble. If you have a private server in your basement, you're done. Like, how is this even? How are we even discussing this?
Well, it's like
I'd never heard it put in those terms until last week, and that's to me, that's like she's in huge trouble. Oh, and her little IT guy, he's taking the fifth.
Yeah, he did.
He's got a plea deal. Dude has a plea deal with the U.S. Justice Department. They're like, you're in no trouble. Just tell us what you know. And he's like, okay. And they're like, you ready to tell us what you know? And he's like, I'm taking the fifth. What? You have a deal. Yeah, they're postponing that one. Unbelievable. I love capitalism. Capitalism is the best. Capitalism brought more people out of poverty than any stupid government program. You know what I'm saying?
I know
That's what I'm
saying.
talking about. I'm talking about capitalism. I'm talking about entrepreneurship, Bernie Sanders. Boy, I went to Snopes to look up the Bernie Sanders thing.
You went to Snopes?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And
okay.
it's so awesome to read how these people tried to shine up that turd. Because, like, there's a meme going around. Bernie Sanders has never had a real job, never had a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders has never run a company. Bernie Sanders is and like Snopes goes through it, and they're like, well, at face value, this appears to have some merit, but if you, and like they really try to make it, but they have to like acquiesce that like, yeah, it's kind of true. It's fantastic. And at the end of their at the end of their little summation, as they defend Bernie Sanders, I have to read it. They talk about here's where the meme got started, and he never invented anything, never had a 9-to-5 job. Yeah. He tried to be a carpenter, it didn't work out. He never proposed a bill that passed. Well, he might have, maybe he did. He talked about, he voted on a bill where they were talking about what they're going to name a post office. So he did that. He's awesome. I just want to read this last part because it just tickled me. When they talk about, like, all of the other stuff that he's done.
Yep.
So, all in all, that sounds like quite an impressive career achievement for anyone, regardless of net worth. So, what you said's pretty much true, but here's the good stuff he's done, and to me, that makes me okay with him. Snopes.
You got a little Al Gore there for a minute.
I did, and I also got a little Jiminy Glicky. Jiminy Glick, that guy's making a comeback.
Yes, he
their
is.
little show starts. Somebody sent me a clip. Jiminy Glick, that's just one of the funniest things that that dude has ever done. All right, so we did Bernie Sanders. We want to talk about the Trump thing in the PGA in Mexico.
Yeah, Trump is sending jobs to Mexico.
Well, the PGA. You know why they did it? Because Trump said that all Mexicans are rapists, even the girls.
And actually, this is where I have to go. This is where
I'll tell you where I'm going tonight. I'm going to an all-girl Mexican party. That's where I want to go. You heard what Trump said? God, I hope it's true.
This is where I actually do give it up to the PGA.
How funny would that be for
amazing.
like a YouTube video? We get a bunch of like dorky-looking white guys, and we just send them to East LA, knocking on doors.
Yep.
And when a girl answers,
Yeah.
Are you Mexican? Because Donald Trump said you were a rapist, so if you wanted to rape me.
Oh, rape jokes are never funny.
That one was.
That was, yes, I know. No, so the PGA, they were initially hosting one of their big tournaments at a Trump.
They've done it there every year.
Yeah, it's been there
They
since
do it there all the time.
1950s.
That's the home.
Yeah.
It's the home of the tournament.
Yep, this is the Trump National Doral Miami. It's been there since 1962, and they're pulling it.
Yeah.
And the reason that they're pulling it is because Cadillac came in and they said, we don't agree with this. We're pulling out as a sponsor.
Right.
And the only sponsor that they could get was a conglomerate out of Mexico. So
That's
this
cool.
It's from Grupo Salinas.
And what do they sell?
It's a collection of companies based in Mexico City, primarily involved in retail, television, telecom, and other businesses.
Aha. They're doing pretty good.
They are.
I bet they got some dough to sponsor it.
Absolutely.
I bet it'll be nice. That's the guy that got some of that little Telemundo money. A little bit of Univision.
So now, because of that, they're moving it to Mexico City.
That's great.
This was a purely capitalistic business decision that they made.
Yeah, purely. It wasn't a hey, let's rub his nose in it at all. Oh, absolutely. I think that people are delighted with it. And fine, let them be delighted. And let's see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens. And all the golfers are going to go, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, they're
Everyone's
all
still going.
Oh, yeah, they're all going.
Well, what's going to happen to them in Mexico?
I don't know. Your kids get kidnapped?
Oh.
Drug lords do something?
Oh.
Zika virus?
Ooh.
That's the way. That's got me worried about the Olympics.
Yeah. But then we should comment, the Zika virus is not in Mexico to our knowledge.
Yet.
It is in Brazil.
Mosquitoes are flying. This is a topic for another day.
Yes.
But the DDT.
Yeah.
They might have to bring back the old DDT.
Well, and again, this is the argument that they're making, is that you have the environmentalists coming in saying, we don't need to spray. Spraying is expensive. It's bad for the environment. What we need to do is we need to clean up the water, because that's where all the mosquitoes are hanging out. And if there's no polluted open water, we can very easily get rid of the Zika virus.
Good luck cleaning that up in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah. But again, this is what the environmentalists are saying.
They
and
should
that's
go
why
over
they're
there and
upset.
do it. Go get started, EPA.
Well, they're trying to get the
I don't
funding
wanna pay
right
it.
now.
Good. Good luck with that.
Yeah, and they can't get it through Congress. That's just legitimately what's happened. They're trying to get the funding to go over and clean it up, and nobody can come up with a deal that everyone's happy with.
Wait a minute. We're paying?
Yeah. That was always the plan. No. There's a bill that's going through Congress right now.
Where's the Zika at?
It's in Brazil.
Then they need to clean that up.
But again,
they need to prepare for the Olympics.
That's the argument that people are making.
That's the argument I'm making now.
If we don't take care of it over there, it's going to come over here.
You know what? Now you're just talking about killer bees. Are the killer bees coming? Actually, the killer bees are coming.
Yeah, they are.
Here's another reason why I don't trust the federal government.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't trust scientists.
Yeah.
And I don't trust the federal government. Bunch of scientists. Let's study these African bees. They're very aggressive. Okay. But you have to come to Africa to study them.
Okay.
Because that's where they live. No. I want to study them in South America. That's where I live. That's where my lab is. Well, whatever you do, don't let them out. Okay, I'm very smart. I'm a scientist.
Yep.
Comes into work one morning. Oh, my gosh. I let them out. And that's how it all started. Because someone was careless. That's why I worry about artificial intelligence. That's why I worry about the robots, the scientists. A lot of them very brilliant because they're scientists.
Yep.
A lot of them just total complete morons.
And you just pitched the great summer 2018 horror film, Killer Bees.
They're here. They're coming around. They're just
Absolutely.
like Africanized and whatever. Okay, so I think we've troubled it all. PJ in Mexico. Boy, I just hope that goes off just perfectly. That'll be great. More businesses closed than opened. Sad, true. State Department got busted editing the official video. That was kind of awesome.
Yep.
People are okay with that. Nobody blinks. Nobody blinks.
It didn't get any major media play. I mean, the media, the cable news channels didn't get upset about it. People don't know about it. That's why they're not upset.
Well, they should.
They should.
Well, the government is actively lying to you.
Yes.
Like, seriously, this is like again and again and again, the government is actively lying. Like the Iran, I can't believe people aren't freaked out about the Iran nuke thing. Where, like, they're like, listen, we're negotiating with the moderates in Iran. Like, really? There's a moderate? Yeah. That's who we're talking to. They're really cool guys. They skateboard and everything. And then that was just a total and complete lie. Just a total and complete lie. But now we have a nuke deal with death to Israel and death to America.
Well, do you know why that deal got through in the first place?
I'm George Bush. That George Bush, I hate him. No, why?
Because they threatened military action.
Who did?
America. They said, look, you either deal with us diplomatically or we're going to bomb you. And that's when the Iranians came in and said, all right, let's find a deal.
This is the first I've heard of this.
God's honest truth.
Where did you hear this?
This was straight off the news. This was on NPR.
Well, you know what? If anybody ever believed, listen, if anybody ever believed Obama was going to bomb them, they're more gullible than I thought. You mean to tell me how the Iranians were like, uh-oh, here comes Obama. Watch out. We should negotiate.
We do give him credit. He did get the leader of the Taliban. He got him in a drone strike, so there is some precedent to
And
it.
then stop doing that. Stop with the drone strikes.
Okay.
Enough.
Oh, I
Capture
agree.
some of these dudes. Capture them. Threaten them with waterboarding. Don't actually do it.
Well, the thing is, you just screwed the pooch, because if they know that we're not actually going to do it...
No, we got something worse than waterboarding. We got fireboarding. We're going to fireboard them. I wanted to talk about, before we do Michaeltopia, the Gotham Steel Pan.
Yes, go for it.
Now, in my life, I have purchased a couple things off of television.
Okay.
Been delighted a couple times.
Yep.
Been let down. I'm ready to pull the trigger on the Gotham Steel Pan.
Okay.
Have you seen the commercials?
I have not seen the commercial, no.
Oh, my gosh. It's like this steel pan. It's got some kind of porcelain overlay and a nonstick thing. Here's the thing with a nonstick pan.
Yep.
If you barely touch it with a piece of metal,
Yep.
The nonstick part flakes off.
Absolutely.
Goes into your food, and you get Alzheimer's. Like,
Okay.
It happens within 5 minutes.
Okay.
Right? That's the big...
That's what they... Yes.
Right? That's like my cookware. I'm
4 out of 5 scientists agree.
97% of all scientists agree. So they're advertising this nonstick pan,
Yeah.
and the guy takes a flippin' blender, dude, with the blades on. He's like, "Look at this! Doesn't do anything." And the eggs slide right off. It is the it is the holy grail of nonstick pans.
Now, is it dishwasher safe? That's my
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm getting it
Right?
immediately.
I swear to God. It's like, this is everything I have ever wanted in a pan.
Okay.
I like to cook.
Yeah.
I hate cleaning up.
Yes.
This is the pan for me. This dude takes a handful of chocolate morsels, puts them in the pan, adds marshmallows to it, and then puts it in the oven and bakes it. And it slides right out. And it's just amazing. Gotham Steel Pan. I might have to get one and review it on the podcast.
These guys are not a sponsor, but they should be.
They should be.
Yes.
They should be. They got two people selling it. One lady is this older lady, but she looks like she's you've seen her in all these commercials.
Yeah.
She's just
Low rent Paula Deen.
yeah. Yeah. And then there's that English dude. I prefer the English dude.
We
because he's
generally
like
do.
a fresh face. And like, maybe he is a chef. But that chick, she was just selling me a crappy spatula a couple weeks ago. Okay. I'm just going over my notes here. I think we're ready for Michaeltopia.
All right.
San Jose was horrible. It was good day, mate. 38,000 new jobs in this nation. That's just frightening to me. 94 million people.
Yeah.
Not in the workforce.
Yeah. And that's
94 million people not in the workforce.
Yeah, and actually, this was the worst part about the whole thing, was that our unemployment numbers are so messed up, because according to the numbers, unemployment went down this week. Because
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
500,000
people left the
people-
workforce.
Yeah, they just dropped out of the workforce. They're like, screw it, I'm done.
Right.
That's not
right.
okay.
Well, this is like, listen, it's like, I don't trust the government. They lying. Thank God for social media.
Yep.
Lying, crooked government. Lies.
Why you always lying?
Yeah. Okay, I have a couple of really good Michaeltopias.
Okay.
So the Michaeltopia intro, here you go. There's the real world, where the government lies, lying, crooked government.
Yep.
And then there's Michaeltopia, where there's a new set of rules and laws, and everything makes sense, and life is wonderful all the time.
Yep.
So let's go to Michaeltopia now.
Let's go.
Shall we?
Yes.
Okay. In Michaeltopia, people do not climb Mount Everest. Okay? I am sick and tired of these morons climbing Death Mountain, and then we need to be rescued. It always goes, that mountain does one thing: kills people that tries to climb it.
Yep.
If you choose to climb it,
Yep.
in Michaeltopia, we don't pick up the walkie-talkie when things go bad. When you're up there like, this was a bad idea, we were trying to summit, you need to send a helicopter. I'm going to be like, I'm losing you, going through a tunnel. Good luck.
So here's the question. If you're paying for the helicopter yourself, is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, good.
If you're like, listen, I'm Richard Branson.
Yep.
I'm going to try to climb Mount Everest.
Yep.
I got a vehicle on standby in case something goes south. Have a good time, Virgin Airlines. Have a good time.
I love it.
But don't go up there and go, it's bad. The government should send a helicopter. Nope. I'm afraid you're about to learn an important lesson about climbing Mount Everest. It kills people all the time.
Yes, it does.
It's got to be gross up there. It's got to be just disgusting.
Well, it's a certain type of person that wants to do that.
No, it just has to be littered with dead bodies and garbage.
Probably.
I mean, that's like really, I'm sure at one point it was like a spectacular mountain, but like every year, like 30-some people die.
Yeah.
And they leave their garbage around. Just like pretty soon it's going to be like, who wants to climb Mount Garbage Dead Body? You know what? I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. Okay, what do you got for Michael Topia?
All right. In Michaeltopia, we don't use hashtags in real life. Excuse me, IRL. I don't want to hear this anymore. Well, did you see Hillary talking about Donald Trump? She served him. Hashtag burn. You can use a hashtag when you're writing a post, but in real life, hashtags don't work.
Ba-boom. Hashtags. Where's our girls? Remember that? That was horrible.
Yes.
Those poor schoolgirls in Africa were kidnapped by some Taliban wannabe group.
Yep.
And like Michelle Obama's like hashtag bring back our girls. Like, hey, how about hashtag send the Air Force? How about hashtag Navy SEALs?
Yes, use that on Twitter. Don't use that in a conversation.
How about
that needs to stop.
Hashtag Delta Force. Hashtag Chuck Norris. Okay. In Michaeltopia,
yes,
incredibly wealthy people don't talk about the virtues of selflessness. I've about had it with this. Like, I'm not, like, if you're a celebrity and you have a political opinion, that's wonderful.
Yep.
You can express it. This is America.
Yeah.
And you've got a bigger microphone than I do.
Yes.
Because you're more famous. However, when your personal when you're bringing down like 30 million for a movie, don't start, we need to give more. No, that is taboo. You have crossed the line. You can't, like when you're going to sleep on your jumbo jet. We need to be more selfless. Okay, go for it. I'm going to start with you, dude. So give me a whole bunch of whatever you got.
Yep, DiCaprio actually just came under fire for that because he's like this big environmentalist, and he went to pick up this award for being this big environmentalist.
Yeah.
And he flew there in his private jet.
Absolutely.
With all of that extra fuel that's spewing out into the air.
Absolutely. And then they'll say, well, the ends justify the means. Now, do I want DiCaprio to fly economy? No, I don't.
No.
But and it's weird. It's like on the very first episode of The Flip Side, we had on this dude, Jason Matera, who confronted Harrison Ford about this very issue. Harrison Ford, you say there's global warming, yet you fly around in a bar. And I was just like, cringe. Because listen, in a way, philosophically, it is a question. If like Harrison Ford says he's going to go to Chillicothe, Ohio, to give a speech about global warming, right? So now a couple 100,000 people are going to go listen to Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah.
He's going to deliver this message about, hey, we need to stop this and we need to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's allowed to take his private plane.
Absolutely.
Sure, he's burning a giant hole in the ozone. But isn't he, like, really, isn't that the justification? That seems like a very, I never felt that argument carried much water. Leonardo DiCaprio, you hypocrite. Hey, those are just haters.
Yeah.
Those are just haters. And the haters gonna hate. This has been a fun, you know what, this actually put me in a better mood. I think I'm getting this stuff off my chest. Oh, I wanted to say this before we get out. Shame on Google for not doing anything for Memorial Day.
Okay.
They always do something special every day.
Yeah.
Memorial Day. But maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was.
Wow.
Maybe I just invented a great excuse for Google. It's like we didn't want to take away from the true nature of the... They could have done something. But then, you know what? Somebody would have complained.
Probably.
You know what? I'm taking it all back.
Yep.
Good for Google. I'm taking it all back. Thanks for being with me for Walk Through the Logic. There we go. That's a great show. That's a good one. That's going to cut together nice. I had one more thing, and I don't... Oh, we lost Muhammad Ali.
We did.
That was very sad.
He was the champ, but you know what? He had Parkinson's. He's been fighting it for a while. He did it. He did this world right. He stood up for what he believed in. He fought hard. He was a good man.
Yeah. Rope-a-dope is what got him.
Yep.
He had Parkinson's, but I think the rope-a-dope got him.
Yep.
And if you like Muhammad Ali, you should thank a policeman. The story goes that when he was 12 years old in Louisville, Kentucky, some kid stole his bike. And young Cassius Clay, a.k.a. Muhammad Ali, was just running around looking for the kid, just full of it, and was just really angry. And a cop pulls over and, hey, little boy, are you okay? No, I'm not. Some kid stole my bike, and I'm going to find him, and I'm going to whoop him. I'm going to whoop him. I'm going to get my bike back, and I'm going to just beat the tar out of this guy. And the cop, who happened to be a boxer in his part time, asked the kid, he's like, well, do you know how to fight? When you catch him, do you know how to fight? No. Well, would you like to learn? I know a place where you could learn how to box. And that's how he was introduced to boxing.
Love it.
Bada bing, bada boom. That's a little fun to know fact about the greatest. On my Twitter, on Loftus Party, I retweeted somebody's, and I remember this. It was Muhammad Ali. It was a cover of a comic book, Muhammad Ali versus Superman. And it's too funny. Batman's in the crowd watching the fight, and Lex Luthor's there, and Lex Luthor's biting his fingernails. He's so nervous.
You put money on the wrong person.
That's right. Hopefully his money was on Ali.
There you go.
Ali would be the one man. I think Superman would take a dive for Ali.
I think
so. Or do you think Muhammad Ali had kryptonite? I just turned into Jiminy Glick just there. I think Muhammad Ali had kryptonite in his gloves. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We got the loftusparty.com. Check out the website. We got a phenomenal YouTube page for The Flip Side. The TV show is The Flip Side. That is on Time Warner Cable, and it is on Dish TV. If you have Time Warner Cable, if you have Dish TV, you can watch The Flip Side, and we appreciate it. And also, if you get a chance and you accidentally stumble onto iTunes, click Mucho Stars.
Yep. Well, I think 5. 5
is mucho in Spanish.
I think mucho is a lot, and
I think 5 is mucho.
And I think cinco is actually 5.
And then comes mucho. So 6. If there's a 6 star.
The 6 star is the nice comment that you will hopefully.
I'm a 6-star general. I'm a mucho star. All right, we were just devolving. Thank you so much for listening. It's the Loftus Party. We'll see you next time.